gosh. Go ahead.
I was
Eat your
trying
chips
to.
then. Go ahead. Give us some
I was
ASMR.
trying to do it before you started. They probably still. Oops. Yeah, it's still.
Oh. And you just got no, you got it yesterday.
Yeah.
So I don't know if y'all remember last week's episode or if you listened to last week's episode and we called Dee's stomach growling. Today she ate good
I
today.
ate the last time.
But like today you ate good. The last time I think you had only had like what, chicken nuggets? I thought you said you had like just Wendy's chicken nuggets.
I probably did.
Cause I was like, no, you need to eat some more.
That was when you was here, right?
But it was last week's episode.
Oh, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I had like 10 of them.
She ate good. She had some ribs, y'all. She had some chicken wings, some chipotle. She had some sweet potato pie. No, I'm just playing.
I was about to say where that's at.
Let me go find it.
So I just finished watching the latest press conference for Carly Russell. She finally admitted it, but she sent a statement through her lawyer. And I'm like, because the police were like, well, we haven't been able to interview her yet. I'm like, why are y'all waiting? Anybody else? Like, how long has it been?
I hate to be a bad black person, but like, I know what's going on, but I don't know what's going on. Like, I remember like it was like she was missing. Because I was like, okay, it's feeling real juicy, Smollett. But I wasn't sure because I hadn't. Okay, so what?
Yeah, she admitted,
happened?
she said there was no kidnapping. There was no baby on the side of the road.
Okay.
All of it was made up. And this is coming from a statement from her through her lawyer.
Why she do that though?
Rumor is, because they say they don't know why she did it, and they say they don't know. She's not saying why, and she's not saying where she was for the 49 hours. But it's rumored that she did it because her boyfriend was cheating on her with a stripper, and she was trying to get his attention.
Oh my gosh. If you want to get his attention, you lie. You lie and say you're pregnant. So I've heard.
I mean, I don't know. But there was like posts that was supposed to be her like going back and forth with the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But see, that's why, that's why we can't, What? You was just what?
No, I was just like, still, why would you do that? Did you see that tweet I posted from her on my stories?
Yes. That's why I was like, okay. I literally have just been piecing it. Thank you, social media. We use you for good. We use you for evil. But I literally just been piecing together what happened based on other posts. Because Kev on stage posts, we was listening to all like the music. And it was like,
oh, yeah.
I was like, okay, all right. And then that post you had posted about that lady, like going on a rant.
Mad.
She was mad for real. You could tell she was mad for real. Like it was funny, but you could tell it wasn't even like supposed to be 100% funny. She was like mad for real.
Yes.
Yes. I was like, oh, okay.
But what's so messed up is like all the organizations and stuff that donated, like Crime Stoppers and like all the local businesses, they not getting their money back. They said it's over like $60,000.
Dang. Where was it going to though? To her?
To her, well, to help with the search. And then I want to say, I don't know if they started a GoFundMe or not, but it was basically going to them.
To
the family.
Oh. Man, scam of the century.
And then what's so crazy is her birthday was yesterday. So she just had this big party at her house.
I mean, shoot, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And then they were like, we're deciding if we want to press charges. And I'm like, she did all this. Y'all used all y'all resources. They was literally out there searching for her with dogs and everything. They called in the FBI. The FBI was searching for her. And she laid up in a hotel eating Cheez-Its.
That's crazy. Like, how y'all know she was eating Cheez-Its?
Because it was on her receipt.
Oh.
So she went and bought Cheez-Its as like some granola bars. And then when she came back, she was like, oh yeah, they were feeding me cheese crackers. You bought
Girl.
Cheez-Its. And then they were saying Pennywise kidnapped her because of the description she gave. She said it was a white man with orange hair and a bald spot.
People are stupid.
Man, I'm like,
That's crazy.
she did all that.
She did all that, and she does not represent the black race or black women.
Nope.
For those of you that are not black listening,
Yeah.
just, we're not all the same. It's a shame.
It is.
Because, especially because that is a problem.
I know. And then like her Google searches, I was like, man, she Googled the movie Taken. She Googled how to steal money from a cash register without getting caught.
She's stupid. How to crime books. She's literally. Oh my gosh.
And when she came home, she was walking through the neighborhood, right? So everybody's houses had the Ring doorbells. So she's literally walking, and then she gets like 2 houses down, and then that's when she started running and screaming and crying.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
This is not real life. This is also something else I'm gonna add, because I'm convinced that this is not real life. That's crazy.
Yeah, they gotta charge her with something. But it's still people saying that she don't need to go to jail. Like, she's been through enough. How old is she? She just turned 26.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say if she was like a teenager, then no, she don't need to go to jail. But you as a grown woman, they at least need to put her ass in there for a day. At least.
Something.
I scared the pants off of her.
Because I wonder how long Sherry Papini got when she did that. Because she did go to jail, and this was a white woman.
Oh.
Faked her own kidnapping. Because I was like, was this before or after Gone Girl? She faked her own kidnapping to go cheat on her husband. Oh.
It's not that crucial. It's truly not. You can come up with something a little more clever. But I'm not condoning cheating on your husband. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wait, speaking of missing, because I have not done any additional research. Did we ever find what's her name? Airplane Lady?
No, not that I know of.
What in the world? Are people still concerned, or people just feel like, well, she just ain't gonna never show her face?
I think people just forgot about it. And I don't think she was missing. I just think she doesn't have social media.
Oh, okay.
But it's weird because it's like everybody else, like all those other Karens, you find them, and how long it take you to find them?
Like not long at all.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I don't know. And then it's women claiming to be her, which they're obviously not her. So I don't know. But I think people have just moved on to this.
Oh, I mean, this is crazy too. But I gotta know, because if she really missing, there could be more to this,
I honestly don't think she's missing.
Okay.
Yeah. I think people are just trying to make it bigger than what it was.
We're here. We're back, and we're black, and we're back, y'all. Greetings, strangers. I'm the lovely cocoa butter brown, shea butter smooth Brit.
I can't even think of nothing.
And I'm lying on my application, but that's okay.
What? No, you're not.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I'm D.
The
same
lovely
thing Brittany just said.
Yeah, literally the same thing. Lovely brown, cocoa butter smooth, shea butter, baby. and welcome to another episode of
It's a Strange World After All.
The podcast where we discuss true crime cases, the supernatural, urban legends, conspiracy theories, and all of the things that keep the whole wide world strange.
In today's episode, we discuss Dr. John Schneeberger, who was accused of sexually assaulting one of his patients and his own stepdaughter. This one is a mess.
It is a mess. Also, trigger warning for sexual assault.
Yeah, because this is another one that I heard of. I think I heard of this when I was in high school, and it just randomly popped up in my memory. And I was like, wait a minute, I remember. And then I found forensic files on Tubi, and it's on there. So if y'all wanted to watch it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to have to watch it. Yeah, it is a mess. It's a lot. Like I said, it reminds me of a Lifetime movie because there was a Lifetime movie that was very similar to this. I think the
it
lady
was based
ended
on
up
this.
getting pregnant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my
gosh.
gosh. Because Lifetime titles, because it's like my doctor.
What's it called? Wait, no. I think it's I Woke Up Pregnant or something like that.
Maybe it's I Woke Up Pregnant,
weird.
but I thought it was a little bit more specific. But yeah, maybe it was I Woke Up Pregnant.
Lifetime back then, they have a lot of their movies have 2 or 3 different titles. So it could be either one of what we said.
I've never even noticed that.
Yep. A lot of those 90s Lifetime movies, 90s, early 2000s. Have 3 different titles. Yeah.
The best Lifetime movies.
Yep. And they have a lot of them on Tubi.
Oh, okay, Tubi. I see you. But okay, let's get into, and it is Schneeberger. It's a stupid name. But on October 31st, 1992, Candace Candy Fonagy went to Kipling Medical Center looking for her best friend after she had a fight with her boyfriend. Candy became hysterical after finding out her best friend wasn't working that night. The nurses suggested she stay and see a doctor. The doctor on call was Dr. John Schneeberger.
John Schneeberger was born and raised in northern Rhodesia, I think that's how you say it, now Zambia, and received his medical degree at Stellenbosch University in South Africa. He moved to Canada in 1987 and lived in the town of Kipling, Saskatchewan. In 1991, he married Lisa Dillman, who had 2 children from a previous marriage. John and Lisa had 2 daughters during their marriage. In 1993, he became a Canadian citizen and still retained his other citizenship.
So they had a total of 4 children?
Mm-hmm.
Are they all girls or is it 3 girls?
That, I don't know. I just know one of hers from her previous marriage was a girl, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It always amazes me, or not amazed, that's probably not the word I'm looking like, baffles me for someone to father a daughter in sexually assault a woman.
Yeah.
It's like, what if someone did that to your biological daughter?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Some of them don't care though, so never mind. Cause
R. Kelly.
Oh yeah,
he has a daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. During Candy's examination, Dr. Schneeberger administered an injection to calm her down, which caused her to lose almost all consciousness. When Candy came to, she had the feeling that she may have been sexually assaulted by the doctor. Candy, a 23-year-old single mother at the time, accused the well-respected Dr. Schneeberger of raping her. I was going to ask, and this is not obviously has nothing to do with what happened to her, but she was that hysterical to where they had to...
So her boyfriend, because I think she had a cut on her hand too. So her boyfriend basically had just beat her up.
Oh.
Yeah. So she went to that hospital because her friend was a nurse there, but her friend wasn't there.
Got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I was
So, yeah, she was
confused.
just hysterical in general.
Yeah, I can imagine. I was thinking, I don't
Yeah.
know why I had that backwards. In my mind, I thought something opposite, but okay, it makes sense why she was hysterical.
A rape kit found evidence of semen, and the blood test revealed the presence of Versed, a sedative with a strong amnesic effect. Dr. Schneeberger voluntarily submitted a blood sample, and his DNA was not a match. With this DNA evidence, no one in the town believed she was raped, but Candy was adamant that she was. So they did what they were supposed to do. They found semen. They were just thinking she probably had just slept with her boyfriend before she went to or before or after. Because they did find semen, but it wasn't the doctor's.
Why wouldn't they try to match it to her boyfriend then? Like if they're thinking, oh, it was her boyfriend, I would say,
Yeah, I'm thinking it's mainly because she accused him. So if it wasn't a match to him,
oh,
then
they were
yeah,
just
because
like,
she was saying no, it was him. It was nobody else. It was him.
okay.
So they just only tested him.
That sedative that he used, do we know if that's something that you would normally use?
I don't think they mentioned it, but I do remember reading that I don't think it's normally used on people. Let me Google it because I don't think they normally use that,
Because
or even I don't even think they use it anymore.
I'm thinking that would have brought a red flag.
Yeah. Oh, so it's normally used before surgeries.
But she wasn't having a surgery.
Exactly.
So
But I
yeah, I
don't
would.
think I don't think they asked him and in the beginning what he gave her. So yeah.
So like that piece of information might have come out after he
I think maybe
was
during the
during the
trial
trial.
or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have been like, that's a red flag, especially like if I'm doing like character witness statements or something, or like if you're interviewing his colleagues and
Hmm.
asking them, okay, or telling them like what he used. I would say that you didn't need that.
Yeah. He was doing a lot of little slick stuff, but
Yeah, we'll get to
yeah,
it.
because yeah, it says normally used before surgery or medical procedures. And she wasn't getting anything done. They were just trying to calm her down. And it says can cause paranoid or suicidal ideation and impair memory, judgment, and coordination. Combining with other substances, particularly alcohol, can slow breathing and possibly lead to death. Dang.
Dang, yeah.
Yeah, everything I'm looking at says they use it before surgeries. And then this says it was discontinued in the United States.
Oh, okay.
Says the FDA received reports of 86 serious reactions, including 46 deaths. So, yeah.
Sheesh. 1 year later, in August 1993, the doctor agreed to a second DNA test. This time, the test was monitored by the police. Again, the DNA was not a match. Candy hired private investigator Larry O'Brien to break into Dr. Schneeberger's car. The private investigator collected hair samples in a tube of chapstick. The hair couldn't be tested, but the DNA on the chapstick was a perfect match to the DNA on Candy's rape kit. So something is not adding up.
Right. Because, well, I get why they couldn't use the hair because that would have been two samples. But because they didn't have the little white bulb at the end of it, so they couldn't use the hair. But y'all have his chapstick.
Oh,
That's a match. So
yeah,
how was his DNA not a match to the semen,
right.
but the DNA from his chapstick is?
Mm,
Something is, yes,
it
something is
stank.
fishy.
It's fishy.
With the results, Candy decided to go after Dr. Schneeberger in a civil trial, which I guess is different back then, and then this is Canada, but normally when you get evidence like that, you can't use it in court
When you get
because he broke into his
evidence,
car.
Oh, okay, okay. Well,
So,
technically, and I could have watched too many like Shonda Rhimes shows, like How to Get Away with Murder. I
yeah.
thought if it was like an anonymous, or is that still, is it not admissible? How do you say it in court? And they be like, you can't use it.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking
I
about
know what
though.
you mean.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I just know maybe you're right because I know if it's obtained by like the police and like the way that the private investigator did, it's inadmissible. That's Is
yes.
that the word? Okay.
Yeah,
So,
inadmissible. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I said.
So if it's like a random person, then maybe, but this was a private investigator and they still are technically law enforcement, I think. And he did break into his car.
Private
So
investigators, are they?
they're some type of, they have to get licensed.
Do they? Do they? They do.
So you wake up one day and you're like, I'm gonna be a private investigator. So does
I
that make you a
thought,
private?
I thought we talked to, it's funny because we talked about this the last episode because we were like, good detective work. And you were like, I should be a PI. I don't know.
I don't think you get to just be like, okay, I'm gonna be a private investigator.
What training do you have to go through? Let's see. You do have to have a license, but let's say, well, it's based on the state. It says Texas requires private investigators to have at least 3 years of investigative experience, either as a full-time investigator or through an internship with a licensed investigator. So you could just find a licensed investigator and be like, oh, let me. That's literally what it's
Wait, so is
saying.
that how Shaq? I wonder if he's still a sheriff.
Is he?
Cause yeah, you
I
remember
forgot
he
about that.
I want
No,
to
I
say in like
forgot.
Miami or something. So yeah, how he got the DNA was illegal. That's my whole point. But I guess
Oh, okay.
it's a civil hearing. I don't know if that makes a difference. I don't know. I got to brush up on my legal stuff.
Was the civil case so to try to see if they could get them to test it again? Wouldn't that be like the purpose? Like to be like, no,
I
there's
think
something
so.
to this. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. At the civil hearing, he agreed to a third DNA test in front of police. When the lab technician asked for his finger to draw blood, the doctor insisted the blood come from his arm. See, the lab technician reluctantly agreed, but she had trouble getting any blood to come out, even though his vein was enlarged. So, like, it's not funny. On the episode, they have footage of it. And she's
Oh, like
like,
actual footage?
yeah,
Oh,
she's
okay.
like, she is like genuinely confused. She's like, I don't understand. She was like shaking it. She was like, I don't know why it's not coming out. Like she was just shook basically.
Mm.
So the lab tech was finally able to get his blood, and just like before, the DNA was not a match. So here we go again. In 1994, the case was closed and Dr. Schneeberger returned to work.
I mean, I just feel like there should have been some eyebrow raises. It should have been the police and that tech, even though that tech was reluctant
Yeah.
to do it in the first place, but they should have all felt like, why are you so adamant on having your blood drawn from this arm? Like, what you got going on?
Yep. And then again, if you look at the footage, she went for his arm, but he was like, no, not right there, right here. He was guiding her to a certain part on his arm. And you could tell the whole time she was just like, she didn't really want to say nothing, but you could tell she was like, this is kind of off.
I'd have said it. I'd been like, y'all, I don't know what he talking about. This is kind of like as soon as he walked out, I'd have been like, hey, police. Excuse me,
Yeah.
police.
Cause
This ain't right.
when the blood wasn't coming out, she said something. She was like, this is not right. This is not supposed to be happening. So she knew something was up, but the way they described it is him being like really she really didn't question it because he's supposed to be like really charismatic, and which looking at him, let me stop because I think I was talking about that dude in the last episode.
You were. So say how you feel. Say it with your chest. He what? What were you gonna
Let
say? He
me
was
stop.
charismatic, but you didn't think he was cute?
I don't see it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see it.
I mean, especially
And I mean,
after
I guess for the
what
90s,
he
maybe he
is.
was. I don't
I
know.
mean, he's a monster though, so it's kind of hard to.
Yeah. I'm trying to stop calling people ugly.
Because nobody's ugly.
Yeah.
Y'all can cover me if y'all want, but I don't believe that anybody's ugly. Attraction is subjective.
Yes. That's why I'm trying to stop.
What was I gonna say?
And it's not nice.
No, it's not nice. Nope. I mean, you're gonna be ugly in your next lifetime. So
I'm ugly in this lifetime, so it can only go up.
I have nothing. I have nothing to say.
Anyway, what was you about to say?
Nothing. I don't know. I don't remember because you distracted me. Your self-deprecation distracted me.
So we left off. He's back at work. Case closed. He's back at work.
No, case closed. But yeah, he's back at work. 3 years later, in April 1997, Dr. Schneeberger's 15-year-old stepdaughter came forward and accused him of coming into her room at night, injecting her with an unknown substance, and assaulting her. He was arrested and taken into custody. Police obtained a blood sample as well as saliva and hair. His DNA was a perfect match to Candy's rape kit. So, very bittersweet because it's unfortunate that happened to his stepdaughter. But if that hadn't happened, it's looking like they were never going to match his DNA to Candy. So
that's true.
And there's no telling how many more women he would have done that to.
Yep, because they closed the case, so it was over.
Yeah. I also wonder, has it ever come out that he's done this previously?
No.
Because I'm wondering if he's done it and they just didn't remember.
He probably has. Because I think he wasn't expecting Candy to remember, because of that drug. A lot of times 9 times out of 10, people don't remember what happened.
Yeah.
So I don't think he was expecting her to remember anything.
That's scary.
That is.
Because these are people that you trust. Literally that you trust with your life.
Yep. At his trial in 1999, he revealed that he implanted a 15-centimeter Penrose drain filled with another man's blood into his arm. So basically a little plastic tube.
Yeah.
Yeah, with somebody else's blood in his.
That's crazy.
So you had to cut open your arm and put. I don't even want to think about that. He used blood thinners in order to circulate the other man's blood in his arm. Dr. Schneeberger was found guilty of Candy's rape and sentenced to 6 years in prison. He was also stripped of his Canadian citizenship and was deported back to Zambia. So they said that he had that man's blood in his arm for, I want to say, at least a year.
Sheesh.
So the lab tech, because I don't think that was put in here, she basically had to draw his blood twice because it was old and they couldn't even test it. And I was like, that should have been an issue. How do you have old blood in you?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what is your body not doing?
I think, and I think she may have mentioned something about like the color of it, because old blood is not red; it's like a brownish color. So yeah, I just feel like they overlooked it because he was so respected, and like she was basically shamed. Like she couldn't go nowhere without being like just bullied. Like they were pretty much, the way they were describing it, trying to run her out of town. Candy.
Candy, yeah. I don't
That's
know
how
why.
respected he was.
Man. I think too, people, especially in like the 90s, early 2000s, you're thinking, well, the 90s, you're thinking, how could he achieve? Like, who would go to such lengths? I guess might have been because it's probably something that they had never seen before.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, as an investigator, you would think all possibilities because he's a doctor, he's smart.
But then honestly, I wouldn't even think that that would be a possibility. Like who just thinks of stuff like I'm not
He did.
like what if the tube busted and now you got this blood mixed with your blood and it's old blood. You could have killed yourself. Something could have happened.
Maybe, I don't know. But then again, he is a doctor, so I'm sure it was something that he had researched. Like, this was a well thought out plan. That's why I'm
Yeah.
thinking, is this the first time that he's done that? And then could you see what his arm looked like? Because another thing that would, if he's cutting his arm to put that in there, what did his arm look like? Wouldn't there be a cut or like a
Nobody
healed?
saw
Like,
it.
you know what I
That
mean?
was another thing. So when the lab tech was taking his blood, he only rolled his sleeve up so far. He wouldn't roll it all the way up. So nobody saw his arm until the
Oh,
trial.
okay.
Yeah. Cuz I'm pretty sure he had like some kind of scar and he probably a lump cuz it's a tube. But I'm like that's just disgusting. I just don't like blood. I don't even like talking about blood.
Really?
Yeah, I hate
It's
blood.
blood. You literally expel blood every month, D. Like
I
a
know and I
lot
hate
of
it.
it. Oh, blood doesn't bother me. It's just blood.
Bothers me.
No, sorry. In 2003, Dr. John Schneeberger was released on parole after serving 4 years in prison. I don't think that's enough time, but hey.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. In July 2004, he what were you going to say?
And I was gonna say for some reason I think he was only convicted for Candy's rape and not the stepdaughter.
Oh,
I
because
think.
I was gonna say if you're convicted of two, that don't sound
Yeah.
right. Oh,
Yeah.
was it like why though? Was it like a lack of DNA for her?
Maybe it was because a lot of times with teenagers, the parents they choose not to pursue it because they don't want to put them through like the trial. And so it's like re-traumatizing.
Oh,
So I don't know. Maybe that's what it was.
okay. In July 2004, he moved to Durban to live with his mother. According to a report by the Mercury News in Durban, he applied to the Health Professions Council of South Africa to work in medicine, but he suddenly withdrew in mid-October.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. They probably made him. They probably were like,
Yeah.
we know who you are.
Yeah. This case was depicted in a 2003 true crime series, 72 Hours, on CBC and in the Canadian.
Wouldn't have even noticed if you you could have just kept going like nothing happened.
Oh, man. And in the Canadian film I Accuse. I think I may have seen that because that's not the Lifetime movie. I don't know. It was also featured on an episode of Forensic Files titled Bad Blood. I don't know what season, but it's on Tubi.
What the Forensic Files one?
Yeah.
I had it pulled up. While we wait, let me give you some. Oh, shaka, God, it's good.
I thought you was about to really say something.
No, season 6, episode 18, Bad Blood Forensic
Okay.
Files.
There you go.
Ooh, I gotta pee. Okay, there you go. If it wasn't for his stepdaughter's decision to come forward, Dr. Schneeberger may have gotten away with his crimes. So, which is crazy to
Yeah.
think, because I just feel like there were just just enough red flags to say, okay, and at the very least, let's stop doing the blood like that, or let's stop doing the
Yeah.
blood DNA altogether. Let's do something else.
And then I don't know about Canada, but I think it was almost it was I don't know if Canada has the statute of limitations, but he got convicted like right before, because it's 5 years for rape. So after 5 years, you can't like press charges.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was he got convicted in what? Oh no, the stepdaughter came forward in 97, and that was like almost at the 5 years. Because it happened in 92, I think, when she first accused, when it happened.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he pretty much almost got away with it. But again, I don't know if it's the same in Canada.
92 or 93?
92.
92.
Yeah.
Something. What is? Oh, okay. Yeah,
93
I was
was
looking
when
at
they
that
did
other.
the
Yeah.
second DNA test.
Okay. Did you have anything else for the class, for the strange gang, or any thoughts?
Not really. I'm just like, what made him think of that? To put a
Right.
tube of somebody else's blood. And then whose blood was it? Because what if, I don't know why I keep laughing. What if they found whose blood it was and he would have got arrested?
I mean, but for real, because then you're like, wait a minute, who is this? I don't know
Yeah.
this lady. When would I have been in contact with this lady? But maybe even, I don't know, maybe even something like that, though, could have. Oh, well, okay. Because you did say they weren't testing it against anybody else. But let's just say that did happen. Maybe if he did have a solid alibi and could prove that he had never come in contact with her, then maybe they would say, okay, well, I don't know.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no, because yeah, it'd be coming from his arm, and it'd be like, well, why the hell do you have this DNA in your arm?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
That too. I didn't even think
yeah,
about that.
I didn't either. I was like, well, no, but no, yeah. So I don't know, but he definitely probably thought about it. He knew he was going to sexually assault somebody. Again, ain't no telling if he did this before. And he probably was like, okay, what's the best way? Like, what can I do to help me get away with it? Like, if they report me.
Yeah. Because I have never heard of anybody doing something like that.
It's crazy. It's insane. It's
And
why?
then,
Like,
like,
why?
and for her to keep like pushing it after all those DNA tests, like she was like, no, he did this. Because I honestly, if it was me, I probably would have gave up. Because how many DNA tests and it wasn't a
Yeah.
match? Then I
Yeah.
would have been like, am I crazy? Did this really happen?
Yeah. I think what helped though was her hiring that PI, and that
Yeah.
PI, yeah, doing that and finding a match, which lets you know, well, no, you're not crazy. He's doing something. Well, I don't know what he's doing. You don't know if he's paying off somebody, but he's doing something, and he was.
Yeah. And then, because I mean, they kind of did what they were supposed to do. Because I honestly, when the lab technician was questioning the stuff, I would have been like, okay, something is up. Because she didn't come
Yes,
like outright and question it, but she was like, this is weird.
she was side eye. She was like
She was.
bombastic side
she,
eye,
she
looking
was.
at
Because,
him and then
like,
looking at the cops.
wait, because it was when she tried it the first time and it didn't come out, she looked at the camera and she was like, wait a minute. And I'm like, and they said his vein was enlarged. So why is this blood not coming out? And then why is it old when it's finally coming out?
Yeah, yeah. It
So
ain't
many
adding up.
questions.
2 plus 2 is not adding up to 4.
The math is not mathing.
The math is not mathing. But yeah, that's crazy. And that, I believe, is all, folks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what I hadn't done in a while? I ain't gonna do it though.
What?
Oh, that's
Lord.
all, folks. But I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna add it in there.
Honestly, I don't even ever remember you doing it.
You
It's been
don't.
so-
You were so annoyed. You were like, I told you in one of the episodes. You were like, I told you not to do that.
I
can't
think I
help
just
it.
block it out now.
Oh.
And then
But
we've done like so many episodes. Man, Please follow us on Instagram at It's a Strange World Podcast, Twitter at Pod Strange World, and on Facebook and TikTok at It's a Strange World After All. Also, if you are listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and like the show, please go ahead and give us a 5-star rating. And if you're feeling extra strange, please write a review. Please and thank you.
Yes, we would love to hear from you. What did you think of this week's episode? Also, if there's anything else in the world of strange or true crime cases that you would like us to cover, let us know. If you have any personal stories involving true crime or the supernatural, we would love to have you on the show and share them with our listeners. We are doing movie reviews of the horror, thriller, slasher, and true crime genre. So if you have any movies or documentaries and want to hear our uncensored, unsolicited opinions on them, you can email those submissions to itsastrangeworldafterall@gmail.com or DM us at any other social media platforms D mentioned, even if you just want to say, hey, how's it going? I ain't got nothing. Hey, how's it going? Just, keep it keep it classy. Keep it classy in the DM. Say, hey, how's it going? We will be here.
Thank you for tuning into another episode of
It's a Strange World After All. And thank you, as always, for keeping it strange with us.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Shaka laka shaka.
Oh my God.
Good. Goodbye.